Fear is a mental poison, unless it is used as an antidote, a stimulus to spur a person on to calm caution. Fear draws to itself the objects of fear, as a magnet draws to itself pieces of iron. Fear intensifies and magnifies our physical pain and mental agonies 100-fold. Fear is destructive to the heart, nervous system, and brain. It is destructive to mental initiative, courage, judgment, common sense, and willpower. Fear shrouds the soul's all-conquering confidence and power. When something is threatening to harm you, do not throttle your creative mental powers with fear. Instead, use fear as a goad to find practical solutions to avoid danger. When something is threatening you, do not sit idle, do something about it, calmly mustering all the power of your will and judgment. Fear of failure or sickness is nourished by thinking constantly of dire possibilities, until these take root in the subconscious and finally in the superconscious. These fear seeds germinate and fill the mind with fear plants bearing poisonous fear fruits. If you are unable to dislodge the haunting fear of failure or ill health, divert your mind by turning your attention to interesting, absorbing books, or even to harmless amusements. After the mind forgets its haunting fear, encourage it to discover and root out the causes of failure and ill health in the soil of your daily life. Do not fear disease or accidents if you have had them once. Rather, fear to be afraid, for such fear will create disease and accident consciousness, and if it is strong enough, you will draw to yourself the very things you most fear. On the other hand, fearlessness will, in all probability, avert them or at least minimize their power. Kill fear by refusing to be afraid. Know that you are safe behind the battlements of God's eternal safety, even though you are rocked on seas of suffering or find death knocking at your door. God's protecting rays can dispel the menacing clouds of doomsday, calm the waves of trials, and keep you safe, whether you are in a castle or on the battlefield of life, with bullets of trials flying around you. When fear comes, tense and relax, and exhale several times. Switch on the electricity of calmness and nonchalance. Let your whole mental machinery wake up and actively hum with the vibration of will. Then, harness the power of will to the cogwheels of fearless caution and good judgment. Continuously revolve these to produce practical ideas for escaping your specific, impending calamity. A mental indulgence in fear will create a subconscious fear habit. Then, when something upsetting to the regular routine occurs, the subconscious fear habit will assert itself, magnify the object of your fears, and paralyze the will to fight fear faculty of the conscious mind. Man is made in the image of God and has all the powers and potentialities of God. Therefore, it is wrong for him to think that trials are greater than his divinity. Remember, no matter how great your trials, you are able to conquer them. God will not allow you to be tempted and tried beyond your strength. Fear should not produce mental inertia, paralysis, or despondency. Instead, it should spur you on to calm, cautious activity, avoiding equally rashness and timidity. Associate with healthy and prosperous people who do not fear sickness or failure. One form of fear is the fear of death. Death should be regarded as a universal experience, a change that everyone passes through. It should be looked upon as good, as a new opportunity, as a rest from the weary struggle on this earth. Besides, there is nothing to fear, because as long as you are not dead, you are alive. When you are dead, it is all over and there is nothing to worry about. Console yourself with the thought that death happens to everybody, saint or sinner, and that therefore it must be a holiday from the troublesome business of life.